traders, welcome to the final trading week of the month of June. The previous week was a pretty good one. The direction of the markets were well defined right after the FOMC minutes or even before the FOMC minutes, and it rained a massive amount of pips, especially in the USDPS. It was a good week in general. If you've been following my previous forecast, just by taking a look at this USDJPY weekly chart, you can actually see that I'm about to make a slight change in the way I analyze every week. My schedule is about to be tight, so from now onwards, I'll do everything backstage. I mean, drawing the support and resistance levels and the zones of interest. And I'll be only showing the points of interest where we can take advantages of the market as traders, whether to buy or sell, places where we can actually anticipate buying and selling. So for this week on the watch list, I have USDJPY, USDCAD, and GBPUSD. For the USDJPY, the market structure from the weekly time frame has given us a symmetrical triangle chart pattern, and the candlestick for the previous week was pretty bearish. This whole pattern extends from 2016 till now, so it's a long-term chart pattern. Pulling down to the daily time frame, Friday's candlestick gives us one which is sort of a continuation, but the trade idea is clearer in the 4-hour time frame, where this area from the 4th of June to the whole of last week represents choppiness, so it makes it an area of interest. And just before the week ended, we had sort of a close retest to that zone of choppiness, but then the market didn't really touch it well. So for the coming weeks, I'll be expecting maybe another touch before we go down, and the bearishness of the USDJPY will be well confirmed when this market manages to break above this point, which is the 107.027. By then, my bearish bias will be negated if the USDJPY manages to break above this point of interest. So that is it for the USDJPY. And onto the USDCAD. I've had this ascending channel pattern on my watch list for about 6 months now, and now it seems to be manifesting. It's unfolding. I was anticipating a breakout. I'm actually more of a breakout trader than a reversal trader, so I had been anticipating a breakout for a really long time, but it never came until last week. So on the daily time frame, we can see a clear break of the ascending channel support, but then Friday's candlestick shows some sort of retracement. Will this be a retracement that holds, or it will be a false break? The market has been managing to make many false breaks for this year, so let's see how things would go in the 4-hour time frame. Over here, I'll be expecting that there'll be a sort of rejection in this zone. This zone is very interesting because it's a reversal point. It's actually a point that held as ascending channel support just a few weeks back. So that confirms my view on it as a point of interest. Within the trading week, like I said, I'll be expecting some sort of rejection here before I go short. But then if the price of the USD CAD manages to break back above the ascending channel support, that will mean that this one was a false break, and I'll be letting my bearish idea of the USD CAD go. So this is it for the USD CAD as well. And for the GBPUSD, we have a strong bullish candle for the previous week. When we come to the daily time frame, this very area, which is a choppy area, was a place where I was looking out for some bearish price action. But then the market, as independent as it is, disrespected this zone of choppiness, and the price broke through it strongly before the week ended. So this is some sort of confirmation for the bulls of the GBPUSD. But then, although I am bullish the GBPUSD, I wouldn't consider a long position until I see that price has massacred this line, which is the 1.27774. This line is an interesting one because of this level right here, this support level. It was actually former support, and it might be able to turn into a resistance for the time being. So until the price pushes through this line, I wouldn't consider a long position. So this is it for the pairs of this week. There is nothing really interesting in the 4-hour time frame of the British pound. Let's get on to the fundamental movers of the coming week. So on Monday the 24th of June, it's a day for the euro and the British pound. On Tuesday, the whole fundamental day will be dedicated to the US dollar. And on Wednesday, the Reserve Bank of New Zealand goes into action. Whereas there is news coming from the United States as well, and the usual crude oil inventories, which may move the USD or the CAD. And on Thursday, there's GDP from USD, from America, and there is pending home sales as well. And on Friday, there's GDP from England, and there's CPI from Europe, and GDP from Canada as well. It looks as if the week is one that is dedicated to GDP announcements. So that's it for the week ahead of us. I wish you a really profitable final trading week of the month.